Sorta Ridiculous is sponsored in part by Drunken Cobra. Drunken Cobra is a diverse, inclusive neighborhood pub in East Tosa. It offers year-round weekly events like karaoke, music performances, and stand-up open mics. Drunken Cobra is located at 6818 West North Avenue. Drunken Cobra, obey the snake.
That snake bite.
All right. All right, folks. Get ready for another episode of Sorta Ridiculous. Smash the button. Smash the button. 2 times now, y'all. Cha-cha real smooth. Turn it out. All right.
What was that?
I was like, what is going on?
Look, this is the intro. All right, folks. So
we had canned music, but then they revoked the rights. So
God.
Right. So I am Darren.
Hi, Darren.
I'm usually here most weeks. And with me as always is my co-host, Misha.
Hey, everybody. What's going on out there?
All right. And Billy Ray is here in spirit. Hopefully enjoying
He's not
the
dead.
spirit.
He just couldn't make it tonight.
Yes, it bees like that sometimes. All right. So with us today, we have a very special guest, a bro of mine. We have the one, the only adult contemporary hip-hop artist, Milwaukee's own Twan Mack.
And the crowd goes wild.
So how's it going, sir?
It's going good, bro.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. It's nice to have you on the show again, man.
Thank you for having me.
This is number 2, number 3.
I believe
This is the
it's
second
2.
time. Yeah,
2?
this is
Okay.
the second time.
Welcome back.
Yep, I'm thankful to be here.
Are we gonna make him answer the questions again?
Oh no!
No, we skipped the
I have
questions.
other questions.
Look, there's
now.
more important questions.
Okay, what you guys need to know: this dude's Twan's been up to some big things. It's been freaking sick watching his journey over the past few months, even longer than that. But bro, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm thankful. Life is great. Can't complain.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So with you being an adult contemporary hip hop artist, I want to first ask you, how are you feeling about the 50-year anniversary of hip hop coming through? What does that mean to you?
It means a lot because when I got into hip hop, it was like 6 years old. Telling you basically how old I am, right? But it means a lot because from its inception, people thought that hip hop was going to die immediately. This is during the disco era, but resilient people like Kool Herc and his contemporaries, amongst a burning Bronx, New York, gang wars, they found a safe space where creatives, breakdancers, graffiti artists, DJs, and MCs could have a place to express themselves and be safe. Like I said, in 1973, the Bronx was on fire. People were getting thrown off roofs. People were getting stabbed and shot. Blackouts, you name it. New York was crazy, right? So
Right.
Kool Herc and his contemporaries, they had the courage to steal electricity from Con Edison, which is our equivalent of We Energies,
Okay.
and they used burnt out buildings and created a safe space where people could have a place to, number one, be safe. And if you made music, if you danced, if you were a graffiti artist, if you liked to get on the microphone, you had a place to go. So August 11th, 1973 is a very important day in my life because, like I said, I was a 9-year-old kid when I discovered hip-hop, and it was only 6 years old, so we're still basically in its infancy.
Right.
So it means a lot to me, bro. A hell of a lot.
Yeah, most definitely. You're obviously like well versed in the history of hip hop. So with that being said, and hip hop being around for so long, who are some of your biggest or your key influences as far as your participation in hip hop culture?
I'll start from kind of the beginning. We talk about a guy named Kool Mo D. Kool Mo D is the MC that along with Melly Mel, Kool Mo D and Melly Mel, they basically influenced me without even knowing that I existed to pick up a thesaurus, to learn the importance of not just sounding intelligent on the microphone, but actually being intelligent,
Right.
being able to convey your thoughts. And so people
What's
like
the
that.
difference?
I mean, I don't want to criticize nobody, but there is a difference. There are people out here right now that there are people out in the history of hip hop. It's just not right now. There have been numerous times in hip hop where people have said all kinds of crazy stuff or just didn't really, I don't know. I don't like to put
Right.
people in boxes and be like, he was corny or that was whack or whatever. But
Sure.
you know, as a competitive MC and as a person that takes this very seriously, there's always been a history of people like playing with the culture and just coming off not caring if they sounded like idiots.
Right. Right, man. Yeah, I can definitely see, like posers, some haters, and people that just don't understand type deal.
People that don't care to learn, because at some point all of us were ignorant, right? At something,
Right.
whatever it is. Even with the podcast and with your show and everything that you do, D, there was a time that you did not know, right?
Right. Very much so.
However, you were willing to learn, right?
Right.
So that's the difference between, like, some people just don't care to learn and they're okay with the surface, and that's not. Hip hop is about going deeper.
Oh, I agree. I definitely agree. So, speaking of being deeper in hip hop, you've had a banner year so far, bro.
It's been good, man. I'm
Yes.
thankful. I'm thankful. I said on the record, No Samples, that I released a while back, that it's going to be a hell of a year.
Yep, no samples, man. No samples, man.
Yeah, along with my man Skyzoo. I'm blessed, man, but I work hard though, D.
Yeah,
Like
you do.
nobody gave me anything, and so having said that, it makes the fruits that it's bearing, it makes it even more like important, and I'm much more appreciative, because I remember when people laughed at me, bro, when I said I was getting back into hip hop, because I left it alone for a while.
Yeah.
I got a history in Milwaukee hip hop. Like I'm a part of the first Milwaukee hip hop group to ever be on BET.
Wait, so when did you? Okay, so now when did you start? When did you start your hip hop journey, or when did you? Tell me more about this.
1980, I started buying records.
Okay.
1979, 1980, I started buying records, and so I eventually, I'm from Milwaukee, 53206, but I started off with a guy named by the name of Maurice Beckley, Dr. B, like one of the most important DJs in Milwaukee history, right? Mm-hmm. And so Doc and I wasn't like the little brother. I was a contemporary, even though he was older than me.
Yeah.
I moved to New Jersey, and I came back with all kinds of records that Milwaukee never heard of, style, different sneakers, different things. And Doc was a B-boy as well. So we did our first talent show in Milwaukee in like 1981. We were like the first people to win a talent show with using rap in Milwaukee ever. That's just facts.
Yeah, that's it.
And so I was already doing shows and talent shows once I got into high school, things like that. Like, it's always been a part of me. Due to like life circumstances and things that were happening in my life, there was a point that I left hip hop alone, and then I decided to come back to it. You know what I mean? And decided, because I didn't want to be a guy criticizing young people for what they were making.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that doesn't sound right. Like how can you say that? Like, you gonna spin the block and shoot up somebody's grandma's house? Right. So people were saying stuff like that, and I heard it, and I was like, okay, I can either be the old guy standing on a soapbox criticizing young people, or I can be the antithesis of what they're talking about and create my own lane, and that spawned adult contemporary hip hop.
Right. No,
But there were already people doing it. Like Chuck D, he raps intelligent. Public Enemy is all about intelligence, mind power. Okay, Queen Latifah, you know what I mean? Outkast. But like, I have my own. Like, I rap for people like you, bro. The people that pay the bills, people that go pick up their kids from school, people that got mortgages, real life problems. They're not the last thing on their mind is violence, right? So those are the people that I rap for, that I do my adult contemporary hip hop genre for.
All right. No, and I agree. It's definitely some dope stuff. So with that being said, I just went to one of your shows. I was at. Hey, if you guys didn't know, Twan was at Summerfest, performing at Summerfest, opening for Cypress Hill, and
Crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was nuts. They were a little bogus with what they did with the fans that came early, but you know what? It was a show. It was a show. How was that for you?
It doesn't matter what they do. Like, if it's 5 or 5,000 or 50,000, you're still gonna get the same. I'm still gonna give you the same energy. I'm not a rapper. I'm an MC. Mm-hmm. An MC moves the crowd. So it was an awesome experience to hang out with the bros, Ishmael, and C Knowledge from Diggable Planets. Those are my friends already, because I'm a journalist as well. Like, I do interviews for Weekly Rap Gods on Instagram. So I've been acquainted with the Diggable Planets for like years. Not so much Cypress Hill, but they still, you know what I mean? Those are superstars in the rap game.
Right.
That like forged like legalization of marijuana in 420. Like they've been doing that since the late 80s, early 90s, right? So
Dude.
completely appreciative of being able to be on the stage with deities like that. Like I love both of those groups, have always loved those groups and will continue to love them. So to be able to kick it with them and do a show with them, like who at the BMO stage at that, the biggest stage. Yeah, so
because you're cool like that.
Oh my
you're
God.
cool like that. You're cool like that.
How I could just kill a man.
Dr. Green Thumb. No, okay, so to put in perspective, so after the show, I end up getting back there and front and center for the Cypress Hill. So I'm just going to put this out here. I haven't partaken in 420 since like Christmas. I don't know. I think I might have some contact there, but it was an amazing show. Like I haven't been there in a while, but yeah, they put on one hell of a show. But outside of Summerfest, you have some other like really cool things that you've been doing, like the tour you're on. What's up with that?
So I've been. If anybody is familiar with Arrested Development, that's a 2-time Grammy-winning group. Sold multiple millions of records. The head man from Arrested Development, his name is Speech, a.k.a. Todd Thomas. He's from Milwaukee. He and I have been friends since the mid-'80s. So Arrested Development has been touring, minus like COVID, for the last 30 years. And I've been fortunate the last few years to be a part of that. And also, I worked with them on previous albums back in the 90s, but now I'm back doing that again, like appearing on albums, touring, a lot of things still in the works. Just came from Amsterdam, Scotland, basically like 13 sold out shows in the UK and Amsterdam and Scotland. So we did like one off in Amsterdam, one off in Scotland, and we did like 11 sold out shows throughout the UK, Southwest and Southeast UK, places like Bristol, Perranporth.
Yeah, that's sick.
It's crazy. And every night it was sick, bro. I had a ball.
Dang. Okay. So okay. Put me there. Give me like one of your very cool memories, occurrences while you were overseas.
Okay. So for this time, it was being in Camden, being in London, in the center of London, basically right where Amy Winehouse made her bones at. Right.
Yeah.
So I was right there. It's on my. I believe it's on my. It might be on my Instagram, but irregardless. I was fortunate enough to be on a tour bus for this entire tour, right? With all my comrades from Arrested Development. So we pulled up in the middle. We like parked on a side street in London, in Camden, and could get out and walk across the street through the boulevard and be at the Jazz Cafe, which is one of the most important venues for music in London, right? And so we actually had a show that Friday and then 2 shows that Saturday. So like I said, I'm right in the center of like culture in London, and then we go do these shows. And if you go to my Instagram, once again, you'll see like I pay homage to Camden because I'm spitting bars there. I'm spitting bars. I'm getting the crowd excited. I come on right before Arrested Development comes on, and I do my set, and then Arrested Development comes on. So I channel my inner KRS-One, my inner Busta Rhymes.
All right. So having been back or being all over the place, what do you have coming up?
So today I'm 3 days out from a show on Monday with the Souls of Mischief, who's like a subsidiary of the Hieroglyphics, one of the most famous, biggest underground hip-hop collectives they're from California, they're from the Bay Area, but their brand is worldwide. So Souls of Mischief will be celebrating the 30th anniversary of 93 Until, which was their jump off album on Jive RCA. And so again, I'm always like ingratiating myself with my contemporaries. And so I'm already cool with the Hieroglyphics. I did a show with them up in Madison. So this is just basically like hooking back up with the homies. Some real good dudes.
So just kicking it.
Some business savvy dudes that took a brand worldwide. And so myself, Nile X Nile will open the show, and then I'll follow, and then Souls of Mischief will close it out. It's gonna be a dope night at the Cooperage. All the way down it's on water, basically a national, where national ends and you end up by the river. It used to be called a warehouse. Now it's the Cooperage and Boone and Crockett.
Yeah. I remember the warehouse.
It's dope over there. It's crazy, bro. It's soundproofed. Everything is crazy up in there. You get some good shows in there.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's definitely awesome.
Yeah.
So you were mentioning Weekly Rap Gods. What is
Weekly Rap Gods is basically it's a a YouTube. We're forging the YouTube page, but right now it's most popular on our Instagram. It's run by a brother now by the name of Frankie Salvation, who hails from the Bronx, Italian brother I'm really cool with. And so, like, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago, because I'm graduated with a broadcast engineering degree from UWM, right?
Oh, nice.
So the interviewing, the journalism part, it comes natural to me. I'm an MC, right? So I'm writing all the time. So now, Weekly Rap Gods many years ago, and he approached me because he had put up music, new videos that I was putting out and stuff. It's a big page, but they cater to the little guy.
Yeah.
The big guy can come along, and we're glad to work with Onyx and all kinds of big groups, Kid Capri, you know, really big people. But we also cater to like people like Twan Mack. I haven't blown up all the way like I want to, or like it would be nice or whatever. But at the end of the day, I was able to get videos played. So from that spawned me being able to apply my pen and start interviewing, like I said, Kid Capri, April Walker, who started Walker Wear. Tupac used to wear it. Biggie used to wear it. It's an apparel company. Ralph McDaniels, who's the father of hip hop video. Like he shot the Cream video for Wu-Tang. He shot one of Nas's videos. So long story short, being able to connect with like some major figures and discuss their exploits, discuss their lives, but keeping it clean.
Yeah,
as far as I'm not into the drama. I don't care who you got beef with.
Mm-hmm.
And so my partner and I, Newbie the Ear Hustler, a real good sister, also from the Bronx, we have a interesting chemistry.
Okay.
She's a brainiac, a person that really goes deep. I'm a person that knows hip hop history, and we're both astute on the microphone. Like we don't sound like, you know, like what the hell did they give him a mic for? What did they give him?
Right.
So it's been a good experience from like the last 3 to 4 years that I've been doing, and right now we're back doing interviews and all kinds of stuff on there.
All right. So like where can people listen to it, and how often? Like what's your handles, and where people can listen to us?
So if you're looking for me, I'm at Twan Mack, TwanMack 24 on Instagram. Basically, if you look for me on any streaming platform, that's how it's spelled. It's just Twan Mack, TwanMack. Just make sure that you differentiate between me and a gangster rapper from Cleveland, because I'm not a gangster rapper. I'm an MC.
And you're not from Cleveland.
And I'm not from Cleveland.
Right.
Unfortunately.
I'm not from Cleveland. This is
No. That worked out well for him, believe me.
Exactly. So yeah. But if you want to find Weekly Rap Gods, it's exactly how it's spelled. Weekly Rap Gods on Instagram, and you'll see all kinds of different posts of like current events. You'll see portions of interviews. Right now we're striving to build the YouTube and the like the Spotify, Apple Music environment. We're striving to build that, like make it more substantial, which we're doing right now.
Oh, all right. No, that's cool. So you're all over the place, all on the mediums.
Just having fun, bro.
Right.
Just having fun, D. Just like you doing what you do, bro.
Man, I'm thoroughly enjoying myself.
Exactly. We're going to talk about you on the phone incident. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So what he's referring to, so this last weekend I had a long weekend up north because I'm a country boy. All right. So no, I was enjoying myself, and we were hanging out. Me and my partner, we were swimming, and I had on my chain and my sunglasses. She's like, "You look like you're in a music video." I was like, "Oh, let me come up with 16 bars real quick, and you can record me." So I come up with 8 bars, and we're recording it, and I thought it went very well. So I needed some interstitial bits for this post, and I captured myself fishing. But the second video that I caught, the wind started blowing. My tripod fell over, hit the pier, and went into the water. I slid over like some action hero and just missed it. So I go full into the freaking water, grab my stuff, put it on the pier, and all drenched and all that stuff. I go back to the pier and like cast a few more times before I go inside, because I wasn't going to let that keep me from fishing.
Right.
Nobody care about no phone until you need to use it. I didn't lead it up north, but when I came back, I was out here bad. But yeah, and the bars are fire. You'll be able to find them eventually at some point. Maybe I'll let you know where it is.
Poor phone.
Yeah. Well, it's right here now. My
that's
phone.
it?
Yeah, this is phone. Yeah, I took it to a place and they fixed it. Yeah, because look, I was in there. It was in the water maybe for like 10 seconds.
Did you get all your memory? Is that what you just iCloud it?
No, it's all here.
Wow.
Yeah, it was all here. And I was kind of upset at first because it turned on for a little bit. But when there was a video missing, I was like, no. But the video when I caught a fish, it was fine. But when I got it back, my other video was there. And I was like, yes.
I know, I've been there.
Right. Well, I was because I wanted to get that post out for the 4th due to like the content of the video. And I was like, Brandon. Luckily, I sent it to like Brandon. I sent it to my sister. I was like, check this out. And so I was like, do Messenger, get it, let me play with it. But it's still in the works. So with that being said, enough about me. Outside and my exploits, outside of hip hop, what are you up to?
Just staying in shape, trying to eat right, and just be prepared for what's to come. Like, we got more stuff on the horizon, more stuff with Europe, and other continents, and really just building the brand. Like, I'm sort of in like a tunnel. I have like a tunnel vision focus right now.
Yeah.
Like, obviously I got to take care of food, clothing, and shelter, but besides that, like, this is an important lane, and based on the results that I've gotten organically and microcosmically so far on a small basis, I see like where this can go.
Yeah.
So really right now, since it's so fun to me, it's not work. It's fun to produce a new record, to write some new bars, to go do a show, to promote it, to meet people, to have people wear your T-shirts and that's fun for me.
Yeah.
Right. So all that to say this, I have like tunnel vision right now. I'm not really focused on, like, I'm not trying to like, if a great relationship comes along, I'd love it, but I'm not going to force it. I'm just sort of just doing me right now.
Right.
And it feels really good, like, to be able to do what you love to do and not have your lights get cut off as a result of it. Right.
Right, of course. Oh, that's fantastic. So I know that there are a lot of artists out here that are looking to pop off, or even looking for some direction on where to go to, like, get some ground. Would you happen to have some tips for some up and comings or people that are looking to start?
You talking about like here in Milwaukee? Because
yeah,
it all varies depending on the market that you live in.
Milwaukee.
So Milwaukee is on the cusp of like a lot of great things. More and more people are allowing young and upcoming artists to get booked to do shows. People have apparel popping off. Shouts out to Unfinished Legacy. They're like spearheading. I know Bremer and know what those guys are doing. Like all that is like hip hop culture related, right? So having said that, Milwaukee is on the cusp of something great. So what I would advise people to do, like, first of all, find yourself. Don't sound like everybody else. It's important. I mean, the consumer for rap music has spoken for the first 6 months of the year. And the first time in 30 years, not one rap record has gone number one. Not one rap album has gone number one. And they're saying that some things are going to change based on upcoming releases, like I think Bootsy and Travis Scott, people like that. Like it may shift. It may actually pop off. But for the first 6 months of the year, it hasn't been. I said all that to say this: be yourself. It's nothing wrong. Like if you're a dude with a 3.8 average from the suburbs, and you never seen a gun, and you never seen drugs, and then don't rap about it. Just rap about your environment, man. Somebody wants to hear it. There's a demographic for you out there. So number one, be yourself. Number two, your business acumen. Get your business together. Learn, read. It's out there. It's YouTubeable. It's Googleable. It's all out there. Like, there's no excuse right now as an artist for you to be ignorant. We all start off ignorant, but if there's something that you don't know, ask questions. Thirdly, get your stage show together. Don't rap over your bars in a show. Nobody like.
Don't rap over your bars. Like, don't rap over your bars.
Don't rap over your bars, man. Like, literally, like, if Mick Jagger comes out, you want to hear Mick Jagger sing "Start Me Up" over like his own bars. Like, people like throw tomatoes at him, right? They give it to you live every time, bro.
Yes.
I don't know why Mick Jagger just popped in.
Or he's like, no, start me up. Yeah, start me up.
But you feel me, though?
Yeah, most definitely. Definitely.
Have some integrity on the microphone, man. Realize that, you know what I mean, that's not how hip-hop is supposed to be. That's not how rap music is supposed to be, rather, where you're rapping over your lyrics. And fourthly, I would just say build relationships. Radio stations, club owners, coffee shops, anywhere that you think you might be able to perform. to build your audience. Fifth, and I'll leave it at this because I think I covered quite a few. But fifth, don't compromise your moral compass, because everybody wants to make it right now. We're in the microwave age where everybody wants to. I want to pop. I want to go viral.
Yeah.
But they don't realize like, with that comes a cost, because a lot of people out here are like selling their souls in a certain way in terms of what they're doing to try to get on, and then and then just like that they can be forgotten. So your business acumen ties into that, because even if you are a one-hit wonder, I hope you save some money, because you won't be hot all the time, depending on what kind of artist you are. So yeah, I'll end it there, man. I don't exactly remember which order I put everything in, but those are the things that are important that I would be wanting to pay attention to if I was a young and upcoming artist in Milwaukee. And I'm also still learning. I'm a student. I don't know. I listen to new MCs. If somebody's trying to tell me something about business, I don't act like I know everything, because I don't. Always be receptive to new knowledge, and where it applies to what it is that you're doing, and use it. And if it doesn't work for you, then cast it out. But don't be afraid to listen and learn.
I agree. I absolutely agree. So I just want to touch a little bit on brand. You talk about people wearing your apparel and just branding, generally speaking. So in regards to hip hop artists, what would you say would be some of the bigger things to focus on as far as building your brand?
First of all, being organic. Go back to being yourself. Finding your niche, like finding where your stuff fits at.
Yeah.
For me, like I own an LLC. I own a company called Nostalgic Visuals. And initially, when I started out, I was using images. I was using people like I don't know, Jim Morrison. And then I had to come to the conclusion that I can get sued for copyright infringement. Right? I can get sued for like using somebody's image. You know, even though Jim Morrison is long since been gone, there's somebody that owns his foundation.
Right.
And I'm sure that they're paying attention to like, you know, things like that. So when I started the company, I eventually gravitated towards making myself the brand and using more like slogans, like what I have on now, this River West Diversity.
Yeah, which is a sick shirt. I like
bro.
that.
Like, and it's showing, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, they're sharing a beer. It's not, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I know you get it, right?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. That's a very River West shirt.
Right.
That's a very River West shirt.
And then also, like, using myself as the brand, but, like, leaving other people's stuff alone. I'm creative enough where I didn't know enough jumping into the industry of, as far as from an apparel standpoint.
Yeah.
I hadn't versed myself in, bro, you can get sued for, like, using such and such as face or such and such as whatever. Like, you can't do that. Like, on a small basis, they might leave you alone, but if you start to blow up, they're gonna pull up and they're gonna be like cease and desist.
Right. Yeah, I'm very careful with that. But I'm also a huge fan of making my own stuff. So,
I love it. That's what
you know, much like I'm wearing my own stuff right now.
Right.
Oh wait, I don't have that hat on.
As you should.
Cuffs and all that,
As
diversity and what's going on.
As you should. You're the brand, D, and you got a great brand, and then you're brilliant, and you're easily, like, people love to talk to you. Like, you're a good brother, so you won't have any problem. Like, all you have to do is be patient. Like, the things that you're gonna do, the things that you're doing, they're gonna blow, because you've got integrity, and like, people love you, and your brand is dope and it's unique. So you just got to keep going, bro.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. So
that's facts.
Yeah, no, that's
why you my brother, dude. I don't rotate to everybody, right? I'm an older man, D. So I don't kick it with everybody. Like, I'm kind of a introvert / extrovert. Like, I'm an extrovert when I'm on stage, because I got to be around people. But once that's done, I'd rather sit back at home and watch documentaries. I'd rather sit home and work on music, clean up my house.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Unless I'm around, like, our crew, that we have, our crew of friends.
Yeah.
That's, like, the full extent of, like, me hanging out, unless I'm overseas or I'm doing a show somewhere. Because then that's my environment. That's why I'm supposed to talk to people.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel you on that. So with that, folks, this has been another episode of Sorta Ridiculous.com. Smash the button. So if you want to listen to this, you can listen to Sorta Ridiculous on your major podcast platforms. We'll catch you guys next week. Let's get Sorta Ridiculous.